Hey everybody, welcome to Midvalleymercenaries. As you know, we are a duck hunting channel, fishing, coyote hunting, predator hunting, all that good stuff. But today I want to review probably one of the best kennels I've ever owned. In fact, not probably, 100% is definitely the best dog kennel I've ever owned. Today I want to go over all the features of it. I want to go over every single little detail that I possibly can. Guys, if you're a duck hunter, dog owner, whatever it is, the situation, you may not even be a duck hunter, you may not be a hunter in general, but I'm telling you right now, if you love your pet, your animal, your dog, this is by far the greatest thing out there. There's nothing that compares to it, and best of all, it's made in the USA. That's just the first starts. Okay, so I want to go in detail over every single little thing. I want to give you guys dimensions, I'm going to give you guys weight, I'm going to give you features, I'm going to give you additional things that you can add onto this. I'm going to tell you about the colors. I'm going to tell you about the sizes, all that good stuff. I've actually had this kennel now for 6 months. This is the G1 large. It's the biggest kennel they make. I'm going to go into the details here in a minute. But I have a black lab. He's about 95 pounds, somewhere in there. I haven't weighed him in a while. I know you can get away with the lab inside of an intermediate, guys, and you're going to save money. But we'll also go over the price points and stuff like that too. But I'm going to do my best from front to back, top to bottom, specs, everything, give you every single detail, because I know, I haven't even looked, I'm sure there's videos out there that go over this, but I mean, I have put this through serious. I mean, if you're a hunter and you're duck hunting, you're in some foul weather, it gets nasty, and I'm telling you what, this thing still looks brand new. Like, if I actually washed it and cleaned it, this thing still looks brand new. So let's go into the features of it that's on this one right here. Now, this is the gunmetal gray. This is a color. They do say on their website that they have limited quantities of this, and it takes 3 to 5 days longer to get, because they don't, it's not like a stock color, okay? So let's get started. I'm gonna grab you and pick you up and try to show you each detail. Here we go. We're gonna start with the bottom of the kennel. Right here is the elevated rubber pads that kind of keep it off the bed of the truck, just a little bit raised a little bit, but it helps also from sliding. Very, very heavy duty, and it's got one on each corner. Now, if you'll notice too, the next thing on the bottom, and we'll start moving around the rest of it, you got the wheels. Guys, you need these wheels, trust me. This puppy, this large, weighs 72 pounds. This is 72 pounds, so it is not an easy deal. I'm just going to show you how I roll it around. To me, is the best way to do it. I push it forward. Like I said, it's very heavy and very sturdy and solid. So let's, I'll just show you real quick how I move it around and roll it. I just grab here from the bottom with this, and that's to me been the easiest way to move it. Next thing you're gonna notice here, now we did all the bottom, we're moving to the back of the kennel. This is one of my favorite features. The cheaper kennels that you buy from like Petco or PetSmart or any of those places, guys, that's the thing, we'll get into that in a minute, but they are, it's not even in comparison. Everybody's like, man, those things are so expensive. It's like, yeah, but how long are you gonna have your dog, and how important is your dog to you? You know, you spend 200, 250 bucks at a piece of junk, literally a piece of junk, that will last you about 6 months from Petco or any of those other places, and that lasts you 6 months, a year, 2 years. Okay, 2 years, right? Now you gotta get another one. That's another 250 bucks. Now you're sitting at 500 bucks. Think about it, do the math. If you gotta buy 3 kennels over the lifespan of your dog, if your dog lives 10 to 15 years, you spent more than you did on this. Okay, and we'll go over the price anyway, but the drain plug is like my favorite, one of my favorite features. It's probably gonna be nasty stuff come out, but I'm gonna show you how I rinse and wash it out. It's just a cap, guys, it unscrews. It's got the Gunner Kennel logo actually right on the inside. But if it's real tight, it's got this notch, you could put something in it to tighten or loosen it. It's literally basically below flush with the bottom of the kennel. Like, if I've tried to rinse out my other ones, you got this big old lip on it, and you can never like get the dog hair out or the mud, or say if they go to the bathroom in their kennel or whatever like that. This, I love it. So I'm gonna get the hose, bring it over here, and rinse it out. You're gonna see how it works. It works so good. I'm gonna leave the plug out, and we're gonna rinse it out right now. Probably should have did this before I washed my truck. I just got done washing my truck. Hopefully you guys can see. that's that. Clean as a whistle. All the dog hair, mud, dirt is out. All right, now that it's done, it's all drained out. You can leave it and tilt it and let it dry all the way, but it'll dry out pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the drain plug back in. It's got a little rubber gasket on the inside too, so it really holds in. All right, there you go. Right, now the next thing is it's double wall insulated. So there's a lot of studies, you guys can research them. I may look them up and just pop them up on the screen right now as far as outside ambient air temperature versus inside the kennel. So on really hot days, it'll be a lot cooler inside here. On cool days, very cold, bitter cold days, it will be actually warmer inside there by several degrees. Like, I don't want to exaggerate it, but like I said, I'll pop it up on the screen. You guys can check it out right here, the studies that have shown. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the sides. Okay, now when you get your gunner kennel, it comes in two pieces. This bottom piece right here and this top, and there's bolts that you tighten. In fact, that one needs to be tightened a little bit. But there's 3 on each side that you tighten. You put it right on top and then just screw them right through the bottom. Super easy. But they designed these guys, these side vents, breather vents basically, to allow water if it's a really bad weather, and this is proven. That's why I waited till I had this for a while to tell you guys. When it's raining and stuff, it actually keeps the water from going down there. I mean, if it's raining completely sideways, yeah, you're gonna get water in there. But I've been in some monsoons, guys, in this thing duck hunting, and I opened the thing and Rocky's dry as a bone, of course, until he gets out of the kennel. So the way they designed this, they definitely made it to where it sheds water off and doesn't allow it to go inside there. So that's the side. Now let's go ahead and move to the front of the kennel. All right, now we got the front of the kennel. I love how they designed this. They made these little safety lock features because they're really concerned about the security of your dog. What these are is backup safety latches. So I've showed this before in some hunting videos, but if you shake that, you know, it's rattling like that. So I mean, that's not what these are made for, but you lock these down and you don't got that rattling noise anymore. But the main thing is something fails with this latch, you have these as a backup. So one thing is so nice is how clean and crisp this is. It's a piano hinge, so there's no way for anybody to break in and get your dog, like pop some pins out or anything. So it's super smooth. Just close it. Very smooth work. Okay, what I really like about this is a few times when I've went in the restaurant to go eat or something, I've had Rocky in there and I'm like, man, we gotta park somewhere at least where I can see the back so someone don't try to get my dog out. More so when they're a puppy, you know, when they're bigger, Rocky's barking at people walking by, but when they're a puppy, you know, that's pretty easy and they'll just take to anybody. So I put on my truck key. They come with 2 keys right here that you can lock. Goes right in, lock it, bam. No one's stealing your dog. Now the next thought is like, oh, okay, if they can't unlock that, what if they just take the whole kennel? Well, they can, and it's possible that people do that. But I'm just gonna let you know right now, the odds of that with your tailgate shut and all that stuff, this thing is 72 pounds, guys. I mean, they're gonna have a little bit of struggle getting this out. Now they can do it, you know, maybe in this certain situation or something like that. So let's just say that you didn't lock this, you didn't have this lock, and now they're just gonna, or you did have it locked, and they're just gonna steal the whole kennel, okay? And they wanna steal your dog with inside of the kennel, and they're gonna take the whole kennel. What I love about this, and I'll turn it on the side, also another feature on the side, guys, is these built-in tie-down pins. So you can see here, there's one on each corner. So there's 4 of them. You can strap your tie-downs to it and go to the corner of your truck or car or whatever you got. But what I like about them is there's no way to get them out. So some burglars like, oh, you got it locked down with a bike cable lock is what I do mine, because I don't want to get this thing out. It weighs 72 pounds. I'm not getting it out every single time I take Rocky, which is almost every single day. So, but they made it to where like someone's like, oh, I'm gonna take this off and pull this pin out so I can steal the dog or whatever. There's absolutely no way to do it. So I love that safety feature too. Let's go ahead and move on the inside. On the inside, there's plenty of room. It's totally spacious. Like I said, this is the large, so it's pretty big inside, but you'd be surprised if Rocky stands up. You know, his back is pretty close to the top, so I know he can survive in the intermediate. So if you guys have like a female lab, I would definitely get the intermediate just to save room in the back of your truck. This does not come with this. This is called a performance pad. So it's a super tough like rubber mat that's got some padding in there, and I'd say it's probably ½ an inch thick, maybe a little bit more. but it comes like this, and then you add this on if you want it. You know, Rocky don't need it. I'm not trying to make him cush or the easy life, but I mean, it's just when they're sleeping after a long day of hunting, it's something for them to get inside. But anyways, I'm gonna go over the dimensions right now. One more thing before I go over the dimensions, they make it a wider base. If you'll notice how much wider it is from the bottom to the top, and that's for tip over. Even if you didn't have this thing tied down, which you should, because if you get in an accident or something like that, but this thing will not slide because it's got the rubber grommets on the bottom, and it will not tip. I'm like, you would have to, I don't know how fast you'd have to be driving and take a corner, how fast you'd have to take it to make this thing tip, because I'm telling you, this thing's not going to tip. So from top to bottom, guys, the large is 33¼ inches tall, and then from side to side, this is all exterior numbers, okay? So 33¼ inches tall on the exterior, 28 inches across from side to side, and then lengthwise from front to back on the outside is 40¼ inches. So that's the outside dimensions. Now the inside, and if you guys want to use this to measure your dog, you feel more than happy to. This is also on their website, so you can check these numbers out, but since I'm doing a review, I'll just give them to you anyways. On the inside, it's 33¼ inches length. It's 21 inches wide from wall to wall, from left to right for you guys. At its widest point though, like up here higher, it's actually 23 inches because it kind of concaves like this a little bit, okay? And then the biggest thing that everybody wants to know is the height, and it's 29 inches from bottom to top without this performance pad in, so you lose like ½ an inch there, but 29 inches from bottom to the top of the kennel. Plenty of room, guys. Remember, dogs are den animals, so you don't really have to have them all this space. Plus, the more space they have, if they have too much space, there's more room if you got an accident for them to be bouncing around in there. So those are things to think of. But anyways, that covers all of that. Now they have 3 colors available. Like I said, this is the gunmetal gray. They also have the tan, which is plain, and then they have the mossy oak. But the thing is, with the mossy oak, you're getting a tan kennel still with a mossy oak door. So you're not getting a whole mossy oak if you see that on the colors, and it costs quite a bit more. So starting for the prices for the large, the tan is $699.99, and they charge $45 for shipping anywhere in the US. They do international orders, but I think you got to check on the pricing for shipping for that, and it takes about 7 to 10 days to get it in. And like I said, for gunmetal, the gunmetal gray color, it might take 3 to 5 days extra on top of that. So it's $699.99 for the tan, and it's $749.99 for this gunmetal gray. Then you got the mossy oak one, which is actually $799.99. So yes, like I said, these guys, it's not cheap, but if you're gonna have your dog for 12, 15 years and you love your dog, start out that right away. Don't waste your money on none of these other kennels that are junk. Just trust me, like that's what I did, and now I'm more money into it, and that thing lasted me 6 months. Door broke off, hinges, and it was not a cheap one, okay? Now some of the features that they have, just go over those real quick. They have the all-weather kit. I bought that. Link their website down below. I'm not going to put each individual thing in there, guys. You can just go in there. I don't get nothing for this. They don't know about me. I'm not a rep for Gunner Kennels. I'm just somebody, a hunter, somebody that has a dog and uses it on a daily basis, and let you know how good this piece of equipment is. They do have a fan kit, you know, for the places that are hot. You know, some places you really don't need that, but for those places like here, it's 105 all summer long. You definitely would like to have some fresh air moving through there. You can buy that as an add-on accessory. Also, you can buy a nameplate, or you can have your own custom made. That's what. Also, they sell their kit with the 4 straps that you can strap your dog down with their own special made, and they're very nice. They look very nice. I don't have them. Like I said, there's the all-weather kit too. It straps and covers up the side and back vents. You can roll them up and click them. I actually didn't even put it on this winter. It never really got that cold where I felt, and like I said, the rain wasn't coming in there. So is it necessary to have that all-weather kit? You know, guys, I don't know. I never put it on because it was never getting wet inside there for Rocky, and it was never really that bitter cold. I would think the best time to have it is if it was a really, you lived in maybe you know, 20 or below type weather, or even below that. So I would say that maybe that would be where you get your money's worth out of that, but I just didn't feel like I need to put it on. So the performance pad, like I said, that's an actually added accessory. So I got that in here for Rocky. They actually also have an orthopedic pad. Probably they say for older dogs for more comfort. It's a little bit thicker and softer. Anyways, that goes over all the accessories. I also want to tell you guys that the test that they put this through to try to beat these up and ruin these and see what it could take is pretty incredible. I'll go over that with you real quick right now. And also, just so you guys know, it's a lifetime warranty on all their kennels. And I can totally look at this and think this thing's gonna last, I mean, this thing will last 15 years. Like, I don't see how it couldn't. It's crazy. So they tested this to withstand over 4,000 pounds of force. They took a 12 gauge, backed up 7 steps from the kennel, shot it in the side, and no penetration to where it went into the dog. They also dropped it from a 200-foot plus cliff, still stayed intact. And then they dropped 840 pounds. They also dropped 630 pounds straight on top of it from 8 foot 4 inches. Didn't even crumple it. So guys, great kennel all in all, love it. Like I said, I'm not getting paid to say this. They don't know nothing about me. It's not like, oh, you're just saying all these good things. No, I'm somebody that's had hands-on. I use it for my dog. I would never buy nothing else, honest to God, and I'll never need to now that I bought it. So go check it out, guys. It's a great kennel. Hopefully this helps you. If you guys have any questions or want to ask anything about it, maybe something I left out on the details in the video, ask them, comment down below and ask me about them. I'll do the best I can. Also, go check Gunner Kennel's website out. They pretty much answer every single question that you could even think of. So I appreciate you guys watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We also do a bunch of hunting videos and stuff like that. We'll see you guys later.